Okay, so this is Evans Designs 3-volt 3mm white LED that I want to attach onto their splitter cable. Something I wanted to do to not just light up the JS Kaga, but also want to use fiber optics. So I'm going to be using this 3mm white LED to assist me with the fiber optic display that I have for the ship, to showing off the elevator bays inside the ship. A couple things I want to mention. The tools that you'll need. First of all, number one, using a sharp X-Acto knife to remove some of the insulation around the wires. And two, just a simple set of my PE cutters. It's good enough to cut the wires that you're going to be cutting. You don't need any fancy wire cutters or anything like that. But this is only my second attempt in electrical systems to connect physically by twisting the wires around. And hopefully I'll have some better success. The JS Hyuga that I built previously was built as a first attempt in electronics using lighting from Evans Designs. So this is my second attempt using their electronic systems, and hopefully things will go well. I'll come back to show you another part of the video in just a few moments. But I want to tell you how to strip, connect, and eventually shrink tube, heating the shrink tube up to make your connection final. So I'll talk to you momentarily, and I'll show you the progression of the electrical devices that I have. Alright, continuing with the stripping, cutting, and reattaching of the wire, I want to go ahead and show you the next step on making that physical connection. So I have here my PE cutter. I'm simply going to just come by and cut the rest of that wire off. And then with the X-Acto knife, I'm going to go ahead and remove just a bit of that insulation. Now I don't have a wire strip to actually do this. So what I do is as I come by and bring the wire down as close to the flat edge as possible, and then strip away to get that wire being exposed for me to do that winding. Alright, so here I've already stripped away a bit of that insulation. As you can see, we got a nice silver wire there. You don't want to cut too deeply, you just want to skim that insulation off, as you can see over here on the top of that wire there. Next thing I'm going to do is just going to pull back on that wire coating, that insulation coating. Just pull that back, snip that off, and then reattach it to this other black wire here. So as you can see, I pulled a bit of that insulation off. What I did was I just came by with a pair of tweezers and just simply try to tease that insulation off the rest of the wire. You want to make sure that you are able to expose that part so that way you could do a proper twisting. All I do is just I cut the rest of that insulation right there at the base, and then I'm going to just go ahead and twist this onto that black wire there. Now you're probably asking, why not just get a three-way switch? The reason being is because I want to have two different lights being independent of each other. I have a white and orange light that I'll be installing on the JS Kaga ship, so that way I'm going to be independently driving those lights, switching one off, the other one on, and then vice versa, switching the other one off and the other one on. So let's go ahead and start making that connection. So here I have a piece of shrink tube wrapped around the red wires. I have not put one onto the black wires yet because I haven't finalized doing that physical twisting of that black wire. But on the red wires, it's really, really important. This is where a lot of people get really frustrated. When they put on their shrink tube, they forget to put it on. So always put that shrink tube on before you're making your last physical connection. But before you come by, you heat it up. You would want to use maybe just a simple big lighter. That's all you need to do. Put that shrink tube above the yellow part of the flame. Don't put it directly onto the flame, because if you do that, you might accidentally melt your wires, which again, you would have to start all over again, which would be even more frustrating. But you want to connect that physical connection, make that shrink tube, place it over there. I usually make the shrink tube portion a little bit bigger than the actual physical connection, and then I give it a test. And if you take a look over here, I do have my 3-volt 3mm light and my 4, hopefully you can see those, my 4 pico white LEDs also on at the same time. So thanks a lot. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. Hopefully you'll be able to connect some of your wires together, have some lights in your models, and let me know how successful you are. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.